Morning! Good morning, everybody! Welcome back to another Good Morning with Gabby, the morning show where we try to reset ourselves for the rest of the week just in case Monday and Tuesday were not the best. I have a lot to show you, I have a lot to talk to you about, so let's get this morning started. So last week I definitely filmed an outfit of the day where the outfit was the ceiling because my filming skills were just so fantastic. And I spoke to my best friend about it and she had a revelation where she said, why don't you do what everyone does and film yourself in the mirror with your phone? And then I had a counter revelation where I said, why am I even using a mirror? I have a camera! So mental drum roll, please. Today's outfit of the day consists of this lovely dress from Love Culture. I love the little slits in the back and the pattern on the front. This sweater is from Target, and this stain is God's way of reminding me that no matter how far I progress in life, I will always be trash. Oh, and the necklace was a gift from a friend. For today's treasure of the day, I wanted to show you something that I have been keeping with me since freshman year of high school. It is this tiny little Winnie the Pooh box that I called my treasure chest. But the funny thing about this treasure chest is I opened it up today. My oh my, most of it really is crap. The first thing we have in my treasure box is a charmless charm bracelet. This charm bracelet has one single sad tiny charm. I'm gonna keep this so that if I get more, one day by the end of my life, I will have a full charm bracelet. The next thing I have is this ginormous dice. A single puffy sticker. I liked the poof, I kept the poof. And a single sheet of glitter stickers. You know, I have so many stickers in my life at this point, it's almost emotionally overwhelming, so I can see where I started my habit. And then with these, I remember having this boss-ass Hello Kitty Uno set, and Uno was everything, and Hello Kitty was everything, so obviously I needed to keep these. A single Scooby-Doo card from a Scooby-Doo deck, Ruby Ruby Roo. Okay, now we're starting to get into some things that might look more significant. A ticket to a concert at the Hollywood Bowl that a friend of a friend invited me and my friend to. And then this was a ticket to an opera that my best high school friend took me to, and at this opera, I remember us both silently laughing our asses off because we just felt so unbelievably trashy and out of place in the middle of all these posh, like, yes, ah, ah. For one reason or another, I kept dominoes. I don't think I have ever actually played a full game of dominoes. If Freud were here today, maybe he would say that because I'm Cuban and I have never played a full game of dominoes, maybe he would say, you are simply keeping them because of the guilt and shame that you have about not fulfilling your cultural duty. But I don't think that's it. A single sphere from Chinese checkers, a single marble from not Chinese checkers, and then I have Taiwanese money. Honestly, since I quit my job, who knows if I'll actually have to cash this in. And the last two items in this box, I can see why they'd be actual treasures. In this box, I have a whole bunch of little papers called rainy day notes, and they were from a psychology class that I took in high school. Rainy day notes in psychology class were basically just notes that each student wrote to each other at the very end of the year to keep whenever we were having a rainy day in the future. In other words, a sad day, a bad day. In high school, I had really low self-esteem, and I was also very, very closed off for many different reasons. I was not open to being very vulnerable in front of people. I was not open to getting out of my comfort zone with other people because I just didn't trust anybody. I've always appreciated the notes that felt like they actually knew me. And then the very last thing that I have is this old card keeper from my dad's mom, Kathy. Inside of this are different pictures of her, different IDs, different trinkets that she kept. And I like this because I didn't really know her all that well growing up. It's weird the types of things that you keep as memories whenever you don't know somebody. The two things that I can remember most are her posture and her arm. I remember her being very graceful and elegant, but the one thing that stuck out above all of that was at some point she had a stroke in one of her arms, and I remember feeling it as a kid and thinking that it felt exactly like a plastic bag filled with water. Like that very pulled tight plastic feeling. That's exactly what it felt like. And for whatever reason, that is what I have chosen to hold on to. What are some family treasures that you've chosen to hold on to over the years? I thought this would be a really nice time to start the day with some creativity. Today I'm focusing on painting some illustrations for New Moon Girls magazine. New Moon Girls is a magazine without any advertisements, focused solely on empowering young girls. And I found out about them by perusing the magazine section of one of my favorite bookstores here in Pasadena. Now, it would be really easy for me to kind of just stop the story right here and let you watch me paint. And I could just be like, yeah, I'm illustrating for a magazine. I'm so cool. The reality of the situation is a lot more than what you might think. Before I quit my job, I had this moment of impatience and wanting to achieve and succeed really fast at whatever I could get my hands on because I felt very stagnant. So I decided that one of my goals for the next few months was to get hired by somebody to do freelance illustration for them and also get paid for it. Key factor there. I knew that I wanted to reach out to people with my portfolio, but I had no idea where to start with that. So what I did was I went to a bookstore that I really loved, and then I looked on the backs of any books that had covers that I was really enjoying. I'd look on the back, see who the publisher was, and just immediately write the name down. Once I got home, I Googled whoever that was, and then I spent a lot of time writing at least 25 to 30 emails. And I got 5 really, really constructive rejections. They loved my portfolio and they loved my email, by the way, so I will definitely do a video on how to reach out to clients because they all commented on my emailing skills. They wound up redirecting me to other people, and those people said the same thing, and back to others, and back to others, and da 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 da. Even though I got rejected, one thing I really loved was the fact that all of these people were open to a professional relationship. They were so open to me sending my work to them in a few months, seeing how I've progressed, and seeing if then I would be a fit for any of their upcoming projects. So even though I got rejected, I still didn't give up. I went to the children's magazine section of the bookstore and I just started browsing because I remembered growing up and reading a whole bunch of magazines that had lots of illustrations. I came upon New Moon Girls and I emailed them as well. And then they wrote back to me saying that they would love to feature me. It's ironic that the one company that's willing to work with me can't afford to pay me. Since they don't have advertisements, a lot of their stuff is based on volunteer work, and so today I'm making all of these illustrations for free. A lot of people would say that you shouldn't work for free, and although I agree to a certain extent, I think that that's just not how life works sometimes. Sometimes you have to be willing to put yourself out of that comfort zone and do something you didn't think that you would do. I need experience, I need a client name. At first, when I was illustrating the story, I was feeling really insecure. I was thinking to myself, there is no way that this poor little girl is gonna like these illustrations because they don't look Disney-esque. They don't look like any of the other skunks that I've ever seen. I have no idea how to do this. I shouldn't do this at all. When I sent them to the art director for the magazine, however, she had a completely different reaction. She loved them. Not everything has to look like one definition of beautiful. So today I'm focusing on finishing these illustrations while embracing my artistic imperfections. It's also okay to not always keep yourself in the dark when you feel like you're not putting out your best work. Sometimes you have to just put yourself out there, regardless of whether or not you're super good at something. It's not worth always trying to be perfect. So I'm really excited to have my first ever magazine gig. This week, I challenge you to ask yourself if you feel like you're holding yourself back from something that you really want to do simply because you're not perfect at it yet. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and are enjoying this series. Please leave me a comment down below telling me what your thoughts are for this week, for your creative life, for this episode, whatever you want. I always love talking to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you on Friday with a brand new video. Have a good week. Bye.